Hey guys, welcome back to the Guardian Show. I'm Davin Hope, and I'm here with
Hope Night.
and again, yeah. And today we're going to be talking about college and if it's the right option for you or if it's a viable option to not go to college.
College or not?
College or not?
That's the real question. So
Hope, college or not?
well, I have decided to go to college. Woo! Well, that's just the decision that I made because I feel like it's the best option for me. Davin, what have you decided to do?
Well, as of now, I'm not planning on going to college.
Woo!
Because I don't know, I just feel like since I don't have something that I specifically want to do that I need college for, I don't want to take the time and the funds to go to college without a plan. Like if within the next year something strikes me, like I really want to become a doctor or something that I need college for, my mind isn't like closed to going. But as of now, since some of the things I'm working on don't really require a college degree, it's something that I'm at least going to skip for the time being.
Mm-hmm. So the reason why I decided to go to college is probably because I feel like I'm not like, I have different skill sets than Davin, obviously. Davin's like a creative person. He's like a creator. He will be able to make money with whatever like he does. Like that's just what he's going to do. Me, on the other hand, I need like to get a degree to get like a actual like job to where like, you know what I mean?
Well, and that's the thing. We differ in kind of like those categories, like you said. I mean, yes, you're still very creative, but you're creative in a different sense of like, like in school, you know, it might not be like some of the subjects might not be your favorite thing. You're very skilled in just school in general and like learning and all that. So it's a very good option for you to be able to go and get the fullest out of it.
Yeah.
And some of the like industries and things that you've mentioned and talked about are all things that you could very much benefit from going and getting a college degree and then directing it in whatever direction you decide while you're there.
Yeah.
Whereas like with me, I absolutely dread school and I've been kind of dragging myself through it. Like I love school and I love being here with everybody, but the actual classes just
the academic
part of it I struggle with very much. But there's a lot of other things that I've kind of experimented with and I've been working on that, yeah, I just feel like I could do it without college. But of course, like if it's something that I could benefit from it, maybe it's a path I'll go down in the future.
Yeah.
But I just think kind of in the modern day, there's a lot of paths you can go down without going to college. Of course, there are still like a lot of professions that you do need college to get into.
Yeah, like a doctor.
Yeah, a doctor.
Like,
or
what else? We can only think of a doctor. That's the only reason you need to go to college.
Say, if you're not a doctor, don't go to no, I'm just kidding. Or like any sort of like business or law, you need to go to school for that. A lot of those specialties that like people's like lives and well-being are going to depend on you definitely got to go to college.
Right.
Or even like trades and stuff, going to trade schools and stuff like that to become a mechanic or a welder or something like that.
Yeah.
It's also good to be able to go and have that certificate saying, I was at least trained.
Yeah.
Because like I know, at least in my experience, there's trades like that you can go and learn on your own through the internet and everything. But all you really have is your own work and credibility to say, I know how to do this. Usually if you're trying to get a job somewhere, they're not looking for that. They're wanting a piece of paper saying, I was trained on how to do this. Here you go.
Yeah, I agree. That's for some jobs that you need that. But also, I think it's also from like your experiences. If they see like your resume and they see like, oh, he's gone to like this, like he has had this like internship or something, or like this thing that he's done, or like all those things, like just the experiences that you get to like actually like train to do this, you know. I think that speaks a lot more than just like
definitely
a piece of paper, you know.
And I think that's something that's becoming like been brought into the light more, is the fact that depending on the profession, of course, experience comes over that degree sometimes, you know. Like let's say, I'm trying to think of something good. Let's say whenever you started to go into the work field, you decided you wanted to like manage a company or something. I know it's something random, but you having this background of in school, having all of these things that like you've directed plays and like having all of this stuff kind of on your resume of things that you've done and orchestrated might be even more valuable to a company that's wanting you to do all of that, like directing people and all this stuff. That's a lot more valuable than just saying, I have a bachelor's degree in business.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think, like, everyone has different gifts and everyone is different in, like, their own way. And so for some people, college might be the answer for them. But for other people, like, college is not, like, the way that they should go. Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, definitely.
I think of interior. Wait, I don't want to say that because that's kind of offensive. Never mind. Okay, go on.
Well, so here's the thing that I think has definitely happened in our like recent, kind of more, I would say recent times, but it's definitely been kind of throughout the history of college, is a lot of people go for the wrong reason.
Yeah, they do. They go to like party.
Yeah,
and,
there's like schools that are known for being party colleges. Like
lots of people spend their parents' money and then they go and they like throw away their degrees just to like party and make friends.
4-year-long party. Yep.
Kind of, and it's very much a money market. Colleges, honestly.
Yeah.
It's really, yeah.
It's insane.
It's
how
like
much it
just
costs.
it's just like the culture of like our society nowadays is you go to college, you like go to this expensive college, you like stay there on campus, you make friends, you go party, and then you graduate, and then you like have a degree that you hate, and then you just don't like to work. You don't like your job, and then you just get really like depressed.
Pay off all this debt.
Yeah, you pay off debt, have so much debt, and yeah, it's just like not.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the case for a lot of people. I have friends that are in college, and even like some of my cousins and stuff, have gone into college and are like halfway through and spend all this money to completely switch their degree. And that adds
Yeah, that's one thing. People just go, and they don't even know what they're going to do. And then they figure out, oh, I hate this. They keep on switching it over and over again. And then they have to go to college for like more time, more years, and then they spend more money.
Yeah, and you got to think about it.
And by the end of it, oh my gosh, how much money do you think they spend? So much.
Right, and it makes it so that whenever you do get into that field you're wanting to go into, you have a set number of years that you're going to be paying off this debt before you truly start making money.
Yeah.
You know, and
exactly.
Going in there and having to switch your degree 2 or 3 times is just adding on to that. Like there's some people that'll get into their 40s before they've paid off their student loans, or more even, depending on how smart they are about paying it off.
It's crazy.
But kind of tying this back into some of the stuff we've talked about with not conforming to the world and stuff like that, I think that a lot of colleges and kind of the culture of it all has become very worldly, and the fact that there's this big pressure to go to college, you got to meet people, you got to party, you have to do all this stuff to be cool.
It's such a pattern of the world.
Exactly.
People think they like have to go.
Yeah.
Or they'll like miss out on something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and realistically, all you're missing out on is just kind of a big pool of sin and debt if you don't know what you actually want to do.
Yeah, exactly. But not to say you can do college in like the right way.
Exactly.
It just depends on like how you do it. Like, you know, you want to be a doctor. Okay. You kind of need to go to college for that. So you go to college, you work hard to get through school, because that's literally why you go to college, is to get a degree.
Yeah.
And to be like, to just bring your academics like to the next level.
Yeah.
Like for that certain degree, it should be like specialized in that skill set. That's why you should want to go to college, because you want to be specialized in a certain like skill set that you need to learn like more about. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. It shouldn't just be a thing of like, well, my friends are doing it, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
And I just think that's a big factor in it all, is the fact that there's so much pressure to go to college. You know, like that's kind of been the natural succession. After high school, what college are you going to? Like, and that's kind of been one of the annoying and awkward things is like anytime that people ask me about school, then they're immediately after like, where are you going to college?
Where are you going to college?
And I have to just be like,
every teenager hates that question. So have you decided to college you're going to yet?
I'm not going to college. And they look
and
at
then
you
I will be like, no, not yet. I have no idea. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's a very stressful decision to make too, honestly.
Yeah.
There's so much pressure on, like, which one are you going to go to? Like, are you going to make the right choice? Like, all the choices that you have to make, especially in your senior year.
Yeah, it's a massive choice to have to make at such a young age. Because like we were saying, is if you don't, like, truly know what you want to do before going to college, odds are you're going to go into a big old pit of debt. And it's just going to be a really stressful situation.
Yeah.
So it kind of means you need to make a very difficult and very profound decision at retrospectively a very young age.
Yeah. And that's what I thought too. Like whenever I was like, my senior year came around and I was like, okay, now I have to decide where I'm going to go. And so now it's February and I've kind of narrowed it down to 2 colleges that I want to go to, but I'm still like very stressed out about just that decision and just like going like in general.
Right.
But you know, what I've had to focus on is just like the Lord and just like saying like he knows like where I'm supposed to be and he'll make a way for that. And honestly, there's so many different paths. Like I don't think that God has like a specific like one way that will get you to where you're supposed to be. Like there's multiple different paths that you can take and you might choose like a wrong like route. Like it might be a little thorny when you go, but I think that God will always get you back to like the place where you're the end result like of where you're supposed to be. So it's not like you're making like a choice of life or death. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because retrospectively with all this, like the money doesn't matter at the end of the day. You know, as long as you're able to keep yourself alive so you can continue glorifying God. I mean, if you just trust in him and just try to hear where he wants you to go and follow it, you'll figure it out. And that's kind of why I've tried to, in my mind, leave the door of college open. Because I'm a big like believer in gap years.
Yeah, I do.
If I go and I take a couple of years and I'm working and everything, and all of a sudden God's like, Davin, you need to go become a therapist.
I feel like you should become.
And I'm like, all right, cool, let me go try college. You know,
Christian therapist though.
Yes, Christian therapist.
He's God for everything.
I was gonna say literally. I can't help you, but God can.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it all leads back to Jeremiah 29:11 that says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." And I love that verse. It was the first verse, like when we started MHA, we had like a verse of the year and it would be on the back of our t-shirts. And that was the first year that MHA was founded. It was that verse. And so that verse has always like stood like so like near and dear to my heart because it's like, God, like all you have to do is trust that God knows like the plan that he has for your life and that he'll give you like the future that he wants you to have. And that's what like I seek in my life is all I want to do is just do what he like has called me to do. Like that's just what I keep praying, like show me what your plan is for me and lead me there. Amen.
I mean, and just especially going through for like all of us teenagers as you become a senior and you have to start thinking about college in the future. That verse is just so comforting. Knowing that if you can just truly put your heart with God, you'll find his path.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be easy, but you just know that your God and Father has your back and has got that plan for you.
Yeah, he always does. He's always watching out for us, and he's always has our best interests in mind. And if we just like trust in him fully and like surrender our lives to him, then our plans will have a great life. Promise you that. So, college or not.
Yeah, I was going to say,
what's it going to be? Make the decision.
Make the decision. Well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.